So the Kansas City Chiefs rookie camps have been underway over the last few days, and we finally got to see this new rookie class on the field, moving around and getting acclimated to life in the NFL. Obviously, rookie minicamp is without pads, so I'm not going to look too much into what happened or what players did because everything has to be taken with a grain of salt, and I'm not going to be like one of those corny content creators that hypes up these camps, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the footage and what we have seen so far from the rookies, especially the top rookies in this class. And then I also later in this video want to talk more about the Chiefs as a whole and what we can expect to see from Kansas City this year as they look to rebuild and get their get back after losing in the Super Bowl to the Eagles. This is always a super exciting time of the year for all 32 NFL teams as everyone looks to begin putting their stamp on the 2025 season. But yeah, let's talk about what's been going on with the Chiefs. But first, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so we got to see a lot of the Chiefs rookies take the field for the first time in a Chiefs jersey, and today we got to see some basic 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills, giving the coaching staff an early look at the rookies and UDFAs. Jalen Royals had a good day with about 10 catches or so in 7-on-7 drills, and according to a couple of insiders, he was heavily targeted on nearly every play, indicating that there is already trust from the coaches and quarterbacks and his ability to get open and make plays. And the Chiefs are going to need Royals right away this season. They don't have a lot of top-end talent in their receiving room, but they do have a lot of quality pieces. I think Royals could be a dark horse for a roster spot or a practice squad role, especially if he continues to shine when things actually get real in training camp. Besides him, we got to see a lot of stretching. There were a few clips that came out of Josh Simmons stretching, and he just looks like an NFL player already. He has that build and frame. I'm really excited for what he is going to bring to this team. And then Jake Brenningstool, a tight end that was signed as an undrafted free agent, came in and made some waves. He made 2 highlight plays with diving or leaping catches downfield with solid coverage on him. This is a guy that has the potential to earn that absolute steal type of label, and he is a player making a name for himself so far in just 3 days, according to multiple sources. The Chiefs tight end room, as we all know, is super stacked though, featuring Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, Jared Wiley, and Robert Tonyan. So Brenningstool faces a steep climb to make the active roster, but beat reporter Matt Derrick praised Brenningstool, noting that his 6'6" frame is much bigger than Gray's 6'3" frame, and he kind of hinted at or suggested that he could be a solid number 2 tight end type of guy, which would, of course, be a significant win for a UDFA. But another tight end that we got to see in camp was Trey Watson. He was one of the 16 UDFAs that the Chiefs picked up before the start of minicamp, and he reportedly made some good impressions as well, but obviously he is one of those guys that is completely up in the air with a very small chance to actually make the week 1 roster. But hey, we have seen crazy stories happen before. Anyways, now to talk a little bit more about Josh Simmons, who was of course the Chiefs' first round pick to those of you who don't follow this team closely or are new to football and all that. Some fans believe Simmons could start immediately, but I disagree because of the presence of veterans like Jawan Taylor and Trey Smith, who could serve as mentors in year 1 and help Josh figure things out and get used to NFL level physicality and how to succeed in this league. I'm never a fan of rushing to get rookies on the field in year 1, especially for winning organizations like the Chiefs, but he will see the field, there is no doubt about that at all. Simmons right now is seen as a high potential player who could develop into a stud at left tackle or serve as a swing tackle due to his freakish athleticism. Rashee Rice has looked healthy and ready to go so far, and some people are calling Jalen Royals Rashee Rice 2.0. Rice is already an established starter alongside Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. I'll get into their stats and numbers from last season in a second, but his health is something to talk about, and it's definitely a point of concern moving forward. And not just physical, but mental health as well, because these Chiefs receivers lately just cannot stay out of trouble. It's almost weird. We also got to see Omar Norman lot on the field with his jersey on. We saw him stretch and do a few other drills, and he actually took the mic for an interview talking about the transition from college and the SEC to the NFL and what he expects for 2025.
In the SEC, and my position coach, if you don't know who he is, Rodney Gardner, incredible coach. He believes in keeping his guys fresh, so I took my opportunities that I was given. I made the best of it. And to hit on your second part, it'd be the same thing in the NFL. whatever opportunities I have, I'm going to take the best of it, whether it's more or less.
All right, moving on now, let's look at how the Chiefs roster is shaping up for the 2025-26 season now that the draft is over and all the talk and hypotheticals are done. And things are finally starting to become more set in place. The top 3 receivers right now on paper are Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown. Last season, Xavier Worthy had 638 yards and 6 touchdowns. Rice, who only played a couple of games, had just under 300 yards with 2 touchdowns. And then Hollywood Brown, who also pretty much missed the 2024 season, had 91 yards. So pretty much there is talent lined up in this receiving core, but there is no proof in the pudding that what the Chiefs have is going to work. But the good thing is that the Chiefs have such a good tight end room to kind of offset it. And then they have guys like Juju Smith-Schuster and now Jalen Royals in the 4 or 5 spot. So I think the motto for the Chiefs this upcoming season is strength in numbers. New guys are going to be asked to step up every single week, and with Mahomes behind center, that also makes up for a lot of the lack of so-called front-end talent because he can make plays for receivers in ways that nobody else can. Now for the running back room, right now we are looking at Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, and Elijah Mitchell. Kareem Hunt actually was pretty big last season and saved the Chiefs running back room with the injuries they had, and he is going to be back there once again. But Pacheco is expected to be the RB1, and the goal for him is of course to get back to what he did a few years ago, and with the O-line the Chiefs have, I expect a decent rebound year for the backfield. Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, I love this D-line led by Chris Jones, who has really kind of been the center of headlines over the last 2 years or so with what his future would be, but here he is still leading this Chiefs line, and beside him will be guys like Jerry Tillery, Mike Dana, Drew Tranquill, and quite a few other younger guys behind them. And I think the secondary is solid and is championship caliber. You got Nick Bolton, Trent McDuffie, Jaden Hicks, Brian Cook, Fulton, Connor. If you're one of those people that loves good defense and all the nerdy stuff and schemes that comes along with good defense, you got to be super excited about what Spags can do with this group of guys because now there is some continuity that is starting to develop. So yeah, it's an exciting time of year. I'm sure over the next few weeks and months, there's going to be so much more stuff going on with the Chiefs and young players, especially once training camp arrives. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Comment the word more if you would like to see more Chiefs coverage like this, and also let me know outside of this kind of stuff what other types of content you would like to see, because over this summer, I'm going to be making content every single day. We're about to hit 50K subscribers, but then the real grind to 100K begins, and I want to get there by the end of this NFL season. I think it's very doable. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching once again, and until next time, I will see you all later.
All right. Great to be back here and able to get on the practice field with some of our young guys, and they looked good yesterday. It's a good group. I think Brett and his gang have done a great job of bringing in some real good football players, and whether they were drafted or free agents, looks like a good crew. Just real quick, with B.J. Thompson, I think you saw where we waived him to NFI and designation there. So he is making progress, but just not quite there yet. But he's made great strides.